What's going on, guys? Hope you are having a fantastic week so far. It's a beautiful Monday here in the Carolinas. Wow, it has been a crazy few weeks. I have not uploaded a video in about 3 weeks, and part of the problem is I've been gone for 2 of those weeks, traveling a lot, busy with business as well. Trading is not my full-time gig, but yeah, just been super busy. I've still been selling cash secured puts and covered calls. And this market has been fun to watch. And like I said, it's been a minute since I put out a video, but I wanted to come on here and just go over just a little bit briefly on the charts, and then show some live trades of what I'm doing. I have a little over $250,000 to play with today. Just simply selling cash secured puts is what I'm looking at doing. Let's just jump right into it. So I have been obviously looking at this SPY chart, it's been interesting with the tariffs. You can see, where we were up here, $613, and it fell all the way here around 488. I was doing a lot of trading here with SPY down at this bottom, and then it recovered all the way back up to $565. And if we just take a look what this correction looked like, around 612 down here, 488, it was a 20% plus correction. And then how much it's recovered so far, up to right around 565. It's recovered 15%, 15.8%. So money is made, wealth is made in these corrections. And as scary and as painful as it is, buying these dips, even though sometimes it feels like a falling knife, it's like you buy, then it drops more. You buy, it drops more. It can be kind of scary. But as you can see, this thing recovered beautifully, and we're still not out of this whole tariff war and what's going on with the global markets, with global trade. But you can see I had these resistance lines here at 459. Of course, it held there. It broke below this line of resistance right here, and we're currently trading just below the 200-day moving average. So right now is a great time to buy if you're looking at the S&P 500. But I wanted to do a little bit of I wanted to do a cash secured put. I did it last week as well on Meta, and it did not execute. So if we look at Meta right now, this corrected. I believe it was even more. I mean, look at it was at around 740, and fell all the way down here, almost 35%, all the way down to $481. I was doing cash secured puts around the $500 mark. Never got executed. I've been trying to get into Meta, but as you can see, if you zoom out, where this has been, look at this. It's just, this is, back in 23. So the last time it dipped below, let's see when it's actually started here. When it dipped below was in 2021. So that is a long time. And now it dipped below and it recovered, and it's above the 200-day moving average. But still, I think it's still a good buying opportunity. If you look here at the bottom to where it is now, it's recovered 25%. It is still down. Let's see here, about 18% from its high. So that's why I'm wanting to do cash secured puts around the $585 strike price. So that's what I'm looking at with Meta. And then with SoFi, I want to do some cash secured puts on SoFi as well. This is a crazy looking chart. But you can see it was way overbought at $18 and dropped all the way down to $8. That's look at this. You talk about about 3% drop, all the way to $8.61. Currently trading almost at $13, and that has recovered by, wow, 48%. Look at that, 49%. Um, and it's still down about 30%. Um, so yeah, I do like SoFi. I like, it's kind of funny. I actually get letters in the mail for them for financing and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to see them active. And as you can see here, I had this line of support at 10, what was that, about 1050, and then another one here at 8. It broke that 1050, dipped down to 860 and recovered from there. So currently, trading above the 200-day moving average. And I like this stock a lot. So, unfortunately, I will say this: by doing these videos, I can't time the market as well as I would like because I'm busy. I'm out doing stuff. So you can see it's in the green today, I believe. So same as with Meta. I don't like typically trading or selling cash secured puts on green days. However, when I'm trying to make a video for, number one, entertainment purposes, but just to kind of show what I'm looking at, I can't time the market as well as I would if I wasn't making videos. Because if I have to get everything together, get the camera rolling, get the mic going, record, screen recording and stuff like that. And if it was me doing it behind the scenes without recording, I'd be doing it on the fly. I mean, I'm watching it driving down the road, stuff like that. So I'm a lot more fluid when I'm not recording. And when I'm recording, unfortunately, I can't time the market as good as I would like. But that's because of entertainment purposes for shooting videos. So it is what it is. Well, that's part of it. So let's jump right into some trades here. So I was looking at Meta here. I mean, and as you can see, Meta is trading in the green, and I would prefer not to trade today. Today is Monday. I would rather wait, a day or two. But I got too many other things I've got to get done. I can't make a video tomorrow or Wednesday, so that's why I'm doing it today. And unfortunately, it is what it is. But you can see I have 267,000 in buying power. So I was wanting to get a 6-figure trade done on Meta, very conservative. So if we go and look at this, so I'm going to be selling a put, and I'm going to be going out 11 days, so May through next Friday, right? I was looking at earlier at the 585 strike price, which is kind of high. And if you actually look here, that's a 33% 33 delta 0.33, which is essentially 33% that I could be getting filled on that. So I may look at dropping that down to around 580, and you can see I'm at a 20. I'd prefer to be more like 25%. Between 20 and 30%, nevertheless. So this is what I'm looking at, though. And I will go ahead and I'm going to be selling 2 contracts. You can see the bid and ask. I might go like 730. Whoops, hit the wrong button. 730, you can see medium likelihood to fill, and you can see if I review this, it's a total of $116,000 in collateral to make my essentially $1,459. So I'm going to hit submit here and see if that gets filled. Please put, and you can see here we're just sitting around waiting. So I may have to replace the order and just go at the market spot. Sometimes I like to get a little greedy, especially when I'm messing around with 6 figures on a cash secured put. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna replace it because it's not getting filled. So we're just gonna go at 720 here. So here we go. Review and submit. And there you go. I got it. So I got $1,429, $29.92. Sorry, I'm trying to write this down. So that's the first trade. Not great, but it's also Meta, right? So, I like Meta. I like it's pretty conservative. My delta down here, as you can see, 0.2845. So I like that. And so, yeah, that's, and I'm not holding Meta. So I'm okay to get in at a little bit of a higher price. I'm not at the max price of where it was previously, this year. So the next one I was looking at was SoFi. Let's look at this. I owned SoFi, and as you can see, let me see, where's it at? Where's my history here? Right down here. So you can see I got assigned on May 2nd here. So I owned it, and I was selling cash secured puts on it, or I'm sorry, covered calls on it, and I got executed on it. So now I mean, I own one share to watch the stock, right? But I am looking to trade SoFi. I'm going to be selling a put for the 16th, and I am looking at a $12 strike on that, which is actually because I was in at 12.50 before, so I'm cool with that. And I was looking at 40 contracts, so that should be good there. And total collateral $48,000, not a big deal there. So I'm going to hit submit. And contract sold 40 right there. So I sold that, and I made $718.26. And now, and that was obviously with $48,000. Now, I will say this. I mean, that's over 1%, right? $480 would be 1% trade for 11 days. So I try, my target is 1% per week. Now, depending on what days you're trading, if it's a Monday, we've got 11-day trade through next Friday, but I will probably end up buying that back on either Wednesday or Thursday, maybe Friday of next week. I'll buy it back as long as it doesn't drop way below, and I will free up my $48,000 so I can turn around and do another cash secured put. And I typically like to buy back, so like at 90%, or I'm sorry, at 10%. So in other words, I'll get 90% of this $718 typically. I'll buy it back for, $100 or whatever it comes to, a little under $100 to free up the 48,000. Then I'll turn around, do another trade, make, another 800, 700 to $1,000, right? So that's the way I do it. And if you are super confused at what I'm talking about buying back options, that's why it's called options. You can sell them, you can buy them back, right? But I'm essentially selling time here. I'm selling an 11-day trade, and say it stays, at basically $13 each day. Time decay, it degrades, right? So the price to buy it back becomes cheaper and cheaper because the odds of it hitting at the $12 strike price becomes the odds become less and less of a percent of that happening, unless there's a big news catalyst or something like that, right? So that's why, if it's confusing what I'm talking about here, feel free to reach out to me, message me or comment on YouTube, and I'm happy to help any way I can. You can message me on Facebook and Instagram as well. All right, so now I am left with $106,000, right? So I've spent a little over 150,000, I believe, right? Yeah, 150, 160. And I have been wanting to get into Palantir, and it's really annoying because I bought just to watch this stock at $80. Okay. And now it's at 124. And I really like Palantir. I've done some cash secured puts on it, and I've never been able to option out on it. And you can see, look at this. The past month, it's up 72%. I mean, that's nuts. And you can see that, it was all the way over here. If you zoom out 3 months, then it's not as dramatic. But it's just a fantastic company. And so I did want to sell a put. And again, I'm going for the May 16th strike. And I was looking at, I believe it was the 102 strike price. let's see here. And you can see that's a 0.14 delta. So basically I have a, 14% chance that it actually executes. I believe I was looking at around let me go 5 contracts here. And I'm not even gonna mess with this. I mean, 5 contracts. Look at that. So $1,000 to lock up, 51,000. So I'm gonna hit submit here. And just like that, I made $1,019.78. So that's pretty good. I like that. It's crazy because you don't know what's going to happen with news and big catalysts and stuff like that. But if say Palantir drops down to $90, and then you're like, ouch, that hurt, right? Because you're in it at 102. And yeah, you got paid $2.04 or whatever per share to buy it at 102. Say it drops to 90. I'll just simply turn around and sell covered calls at 102, 104, something like that, and continue to make my premiums, right? So that's what it's about. You can't time the market perfectly. If it drops, great, I can buy more, right? And that's the way I do it. So anyways, I wanted to go over this with you guys. It's pretty cool. So in these 3 trades, I made $3,167.96. And that is just with a little over $200,000. So that is above, my 1% trading rule. It's not, I don't think I'd have to do the math, but I don't think it's exactly 1% per week, but it's close. And that's what we're trying to get at. And the other thing that people, don't see is when you make a trade. And going back to Palantir, right? I had a strike price of 102. Say it drops to 90, right? Well, then, and I own it at 102 and it recovers, right? And it goes up to 102, right? And I've been selling covered calls on it, collecting premiums. And then I turn around and after it passes 102, I can continue to sell covered calls up past, right? So now say I sell at 110. 115, 120, and I'm making the money from 102, that spread up to say 120, but I'm also collecting the premiums in the meantime, which would make it more than 1% a week on average, right? So this is how I've been doing it. It's a awesome strategy. And, yes, I'm playing with 6-figure trades, right? And that may seem like, oh yeah, that's, I can't do that or whatever, right? Well, dumb it down and do the math, right? So if you have a few $1,000s and you want to trade SoFi and you're going to make $20 or whatever, do the math. What's your return on your investment? Take action. If you don't take action, you're not going to grow wealth. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and y'all have a fantastic week. God bless.